Jordan is what in the finals? 6 and what? Oh. And what is LeBron in the finals?
Shaquille O'Neal is no longer holding back when it comes to LeBron James and Kevin Durant taking subtle shots at Michael Jordan, and his response has set the NBA world on fire. This time, Shaq made it unmistakably clear where he stands in the GOAT debate, and his argument goes far beyond stats, rings, or highlight reels. According to Shaq, the greatest players aren't defined by numbers alone, but by something only true legends understand: the fear they instilled in their opponents. As a 4-time NBA champion, Hall of Famer, and the most dominant big man the league has ever seen, Shaq isn't speaking as a casual analyst chasing attention. He lived this era, battled Michael Jordan in 21 games, including playoff matchups, and averaged 25 points and 14 rebounds against him. When Shaq talks about greatness, he's speaking from experience, not theory. On a 2024 episode of The Big Podcast, Shaq delivered what may be his strongest case yet for Jordan as the undisputed GOAT, and it had nothing to do with trophies. It came down to one word: fear. Shaq openly admitted that he, along with many other players, feared Michael Jordan, just as later generations feared Kobe Bryant, but he has never heard anyone say they feared LeBron James. That admission carries serious weight coming from a 7-foot, 300-pound force who dominated the league physically. Shaq wasn't talking about respect or admiration. He was talking about genuine intimidation. Jordan's presence alone made grown men uneasy before tip-off. For Shaq, that psychological dominance is what separates Jordan from everyone else. It's not about the box score. It's about owning the game the moment you step on the floor.
January 16th, 1993, still your rookie year. You guys are in Chicago playing the Bulls. It's a big moment. These are the defending champs, back-to-back champs.
If it in, puts it up in, counted, he's fouled. Mike, quick turnaround, and he hit it.
I remember that Mike is killing us, but we're close. Then when you see the light at the end of the tunnel, you go for it. Damn, I'm about to beat my...
Shaquille O'Neal also looked back on one of the most memorable nights of his career, January 16, 1993, when he and Michael Jordan went head-to-head in a game that felt like a clash of eras. Jordan erupted for 64 points and 5 steals, displaying the kind of offensive dominance that made him so feared. Yet a young Shaq answered with 29 points and a massive 24 rebounds to lead the Orlando Magic to a dramatic 128-124 overtime victory. That game served as both a preview of Shaq's rise to superstardom and a reminder of why Jordan was so relentlessly unstoppable when it mattered most. What ultimately cemented Jordan's GOAT status in Shaq's mind, however, came years later with the release of The Last Dance documentary in 2020. The behind-the-scenes look at Jordan's obsession with winning and his ruthless competitive mindset left a lasting impression on Shaq. Appearing on The Dan Patrick Show, he said the documentary sealed the debate for him once and for all. Jordan's perfect 6-0 finals record, his uncompromising leadership, and the way he forced teammates to either rise under pressure or crumble showed a level of intensity and focus Shaq believes no one has ever truly matched. Watching Jordan's refusal to lose reminded him exactly why MJ stood alone at the top. That perspective is what makes Shaq's argument hit so hard. Coming from someone who competed in that era, his claim that Jordan's greatness wasn't about stats, but about fear carries real weight. Jordan didn't just beat opponents, he broke their confidence and spirit. Even when the numbers are examined closely, they only reinforce the point. Jordan won 10 scoring titles, more than LeBron James and Kevin Durant combined, and earned 9 all-defensive first-team selections, while LeBron and Durant together only have 5, with Durant never making the first team. Jordan dominated both ends of the floor in a way few players ever have. A 2024 survey of active NBA players showed 46% still consider Jordan the GOAT, with LeBron close behind at 42%, suggesting the gap is narrowing. But Shaq sees a deeper reason behind that shift. The players who truly felt Jordan's presence, who faced him or watched his dominance firsthand, are gradually leaving the league. Younger players know the legend, but never experience the reality of Jordan dropping 63 points on Boston in the playoffs, or casually draining 6 three-pointers in a single finals half. Shaq remembers it because he lived it, and he remains unapologetic in reminding the world what truly separated Michael Jordan from everyone before and after him.
What he has, studying how the refs treat him, I'm studying how he's talking to his teammates and they respond. I'm studying his relationship with him and Phil Jackson. I'm studying how the opponents look at him and fear him and all that.
Shaquille O'Neal's quote, "I feared Mike," perfectly captures Michael Jordan's impact on his peers. Here is one of the most physically unstoppable players in NBA history admitting that he studied Jordan like a masterclass, paying attention to every detail: how referees treated him, how teammates moved with confidence around him, and how opponents visibly shrank under his stare. Shaq wanted that same aura of control and dominance. In a 2025 appearance on the Straight Game podcast, he also criticized how the GOAT conversation often jumps straight from Jordan to LeBron James, as if Kobe Bryant never existed. Shaq made it clear that Kobe belongs firmly in that discussion. Still, no matter how much he defends Kobe, Shaq always returns to the same conclusion: Michael Jordan stands alone at the top, and everyone else is competing for second place. The other side of Shaq's argument comes through in his brutally honest criticism of modern stars, especially Kevin Durant. Shaq doesn't soften his takes or worry about hurt feelings. While he openly acknowledges Durant's incredible resume, 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs, a regular season MVP, 4 scoring titles, and elite career averages, he insists that none of it defines true greatness. To Shaq, greatness is about leadership, accountability, and carrying the full weight of a franchise. That belief led to the 8 words that sent shockwaves through the league in 2024. Kevin Durant is a great player, but he rode the bus. The statement wasn't an attack on Durant's talent, but a critique of his legacy. Shaq's reasoning goes back to Durant's decision in July 2016. After blowing a 3-1 lead to the Golden State Warriors, Durant joined the very team that had just posted a record-setting 73-win season and already featured Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. While Durant played brilliantly and won Finals MVPs in 2017 and 2018, Shaq believes context matters. In his view, a true legend doesn't join a fully built championship machine. A true great builds it, drives it, and carries it through adversity. That distinction between being great and being legendary is at the heart of Shaq's philosophy. To Shaq, those Golden State titles came with an asterisk, not because Durant didn't perform, but because he didn't build the dynasty. Jordan, by contrast, endured years of physical punishment from the Detroit Pistons before finally conquering them, never switching teams or chasing an easier path. LeBron James, even after criticism for teaming up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami, was still clearly the engine of those championship teams. Kobe Bryant, even alongside Shaq in Los Angeles, was visibly ascending into the leader who would later define the Lakers. Durant's situation in Golden State looked different. Many observers argued he wasn't even the most impactful player on those teams, with Curry often driving the system and culture. To Shaq, Durant was an all-time talent riding on a bus that was already headed toward a title. By 2025, Shaq had not backed off his stance at all. He stated plainly that only 3 players belong in the GOAT conversation: Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James. Kevin Durant, despite all his accolades, is not on that list. For Shaq, greatness goes far beyond numbers and trophies. It is about leadership, resilience, and building something from the ground up. It is about dragging a franchise up the mountain, not catching a ride once the hard work is already done.